When choosing dragon fruit, smart people see these types of dragon fruit and turn away. Dragon fruit is rich in vitamin C, vegetable protein and other delicious substances, and the price is affordable, so it is very popular with the people. However, the dragon fruit that many of you buy looks delicious, but has no taste and is easy to buy dragon fruit containing hormones. So I will share with you some tips for choosing dragon fruit to ensure that the dragon fruit you choose is sweet and juicy. Let's follow along. First of all, when choosing dragon fruit, you need the shape of the dragon fruit. Some people are fat and tall, so the dragon fruit has a round and plump body. Some are long and thin. The sweetness of dragon fruit can be roughly assessed through the shape of the fruit. Round and plump dragon fruit is a relatively well-developed fruit. The amount of water and precipitated sugar is also relatively full. The skin is thinner, the flesh is fuller, so the natural delicious flavor will be better achieved. Dragon fruit with long and thin body is not as developed as round and plump dragon fruit, so the juice and lateral sugar are not complete. The crystallization of nutrients is relatively poor, the skin is usually thicker. In general, the taste is not as good as round dragon fruit. Therefore, the first point to choose to buy dragon fruit is the shape of the fruit is a bit short and fat. One thing to pay special attention to is that when buying dragon fruit, some people will misunderstand that the bigger the dragon fruit, the better. In fact, choosing dragon fruit in this way is a mistake. We all know that a dragon fruit about 1 kilo is relatively normal. Larger and more regular fruits need special attention because they may be hormonal dragon fruit. The second point is to choose the fruit that has a wide distance between the dragon fruit scales. To choose a dragon fruit with flavor, you must choose a fruit with a thin skin. The more flesh, the less expensive it will be to buy. How to choose a fruit with a thin skin, a lot of flesh? We can evaluate by looking at the distance between the scales. Usually, the wider the distance between the scales, the sweeter the dragon fruit. The more mature and taller the dragon fruit will be, the more sunlight it will have, so the distance between the scales will be wider. On the contrary, the distance between the scales is narrower, the food is not tasty, even a bit sour due to insufficient light and not absorbing enough nutrients. Choose sweeter dragon fruit. You can not only look at the distance between the scales, but also rely on the length of the scales. Dragon fruit with long scales often has thicker skin, less flesh, and not very good taste. With relatively short-scaled dragon fruit, the skin is thin and fleshy, so the flavor is very delicious. So when choosing, remember to choose fruit with wide distances between scales and short scales. Then the skin is thin, fleshy, and sweeter. Third, based on the color of the skin. When choosing dragon fruit, you can look at the color first. The redder the skin surface, the riper the dragon fruit. The skin with green scales is upturned, the greener the better, the greener the fresher. This type of dragon fruit will be more delicious to eat, the flesh is soft, high water content, relatively sweet taste. If the scales are yellowish-brown, it means the dragon fruit is not fresh. If the scales turn yellowish-green or even brownish-yellow, do not buy it. That means it will not be fresh for a long time after being picked. Fourth, look at the base of the fruit. The base of the fruit is where the roots connect to the branches. After picking the dragon fruit, the roots will separate from the branches, and the water will gradually disappear until it dries out or even rots. When buying dragon fruit, you can judge the freshness of the dragon fruit by looking at the condition of the root of the fruit. If the root of the dragon fruit is relatively emerald green, squeeze it with your hand to release the juice. That means the dragon fruit is relatively fresh and has the best taste. If the root of the dragon fruit is dry or rotten, it means it has been picked for a long time and has lost its water. The flesh is more or less watery, not fresh and sweet, and may even rot early. So when buying dragon fruit, you must pay special attention. The base is dry and rotten, you should not buy. This is a sign of spoilage. Fifth, pay attention to the skin of the dragon fruit when buying. The more shiny and smooth the skin, the fresher and more delicious the dragon fruit is. When first picked, the dragon fruit is still fresh, the skin feels very smooth and moist when touched. But over time, the skin changes day by day due to water evaporation. And wrinkles also gradually appear. Although the inside is not much affected, it is not very fresh. So you should not choose a fruit with a wrinkled skin. So to choose fresh dragon fruit, you should choose fruit with a round shape. Red skin, shiny, smooth, moist, no wrinkles. The distance between the scales is wide, the scales are short, and the color is green. The stem of the fruit is green, squeeze out the juice. Now I will guide you to cut dragon fruit beautifully, easily eaten and artistically. Cut off the top and bottom of the dragon fruit. Then cut it in half. Continue to cut one part in half. Then separate the core and peel of the dragon fruit. Cut into bite-sized pieces like this. Arrange the pieces alternately. Finally, you have a beautiful mini dragon fruit boat. The remaining half of the fruit cleverly separates the flesh and peel. Cut the flesh into 4 parts. Then cut into small bite-sized pieces. You can cut them into shapes according to your preferences. Put them in the shell. And put them on a plate. Today's video ends here. If you have any more comments and suggestions, please leave a comment below. If you find the video useful, remember to like and share it with your friends and relatives. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you again.